I'm Mike with List 25, and from extremely expensive dog houses to gold-plated jets and pieces of hair that cost millions, here are 25 obnoxiously expensive celebrity purchases that seem over the top and will either make you laugh or make you angry about the socioeconomic injustice of our age. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click that notification bell, because I've noticed a lot of you in the comments saying stuff like, "Finally, a new video!" Well, that bell will help you get notified whenever we release a new one. So, click it. 25. Bono spent $1,700 on a plane ticket for his hat. Bono is supposed to be a humanitarian who wants all the inequality and injustice in the world to be wiped out. Well, at least that's what he tells the media from time to time and claims in his songs. So, what would such a humanitarian do if he went on vacation and accidentally left his favorite hat at home? Well, of course, he'd spend a ridiculous $1,700 to have it delivered by airplane. 24. Rachel Hunter spent $15,000 for a doghouse. It's not that I'm shocked or anything, but what I worry about is that her German Shepherd would be happier with, a big bone or something. 23. Daniel Radcliffe spent $17,000 on a mattress. A lot of people at Daniel's age, he was 22 when he purchased it, usually pay less than $17,000 a year on rent. But then again, they aren't Harry Potter. And to be completely honest, for a dude who is making $320,000 by age 11, he's really being humbled. All he wants is a good night's sleep. I spent a little much on my mattress, but, not $17,000. Purple Mattress. It's awesome. This list is not brought to you by Purple Mattress. 22. Miley Cyrus spent $24,000 on hair extensions. But think about that. Does she actually use them? 21. Victoria Beckham bought a gold-plated cell phone for $36,000. The woman we once knew as Posh Spice spent an astonishing $35,998 on a Stuart Hughes 24-karat gold cell phone. She probably misses her glorious 90s music career and wanted to make headlines without using her famous husband's name. I didn't write that. Oh my god, cell phones all do the same thing. Do you need... Oh my god, imagine if you broke it. Oh boy. 20. Tiny Tempa spent $35,500 on Nikes. This English rapper, who most of you probably have never heard of, has a huge shoe collection and never misses a chance to add new shoes to his lineup. For that reason, he purchased a pair of Nike Air Mags worth $37,500 a couple years ago. They're just going to get scuffed. I don't like it when my $100 pair of shoes, if that, gets scuffed. I can't imagine wearing almost $38,000 shoes. 19. Lady Gaga bought a ghost detector for $50,000. Even though I want to laugh to the point where I cried, I kind of understand when it comes to Lady Gaga. Because, let's admit it, she's unique, to put it nicely. And if an expensive ghost detector makes her feel safe in her house, then, she should have it. Plus, she just was in the news for raising all that money to help fight coronavirus. So, good on her. 18. Back in 1982, the iconic director Steven Spielberg spent an incredible $60,000 for Rosebud, the sled in Orson Welles' 1941 classic Citizen Kane. Describing the film as the most classic movie ever made, Mr. Spielberg, who bid by telephone from LA, said the sled was a symbolic emblem of quality in the film business. 17. Beyoncé and Jay-Z reportedly spent a whopping $80,000 on a diamond-encrusted Barbie doll for their daughter Blue Ivy's first birthday back in 2013. Specially customized, the doll is said to include 160 diamonds as well as white gold jewelry. Well, as Beyoncé stated, it's about raising her child with the appropriate principles and values, right?
16.
In 2009, Jessica Simpson bought then-boyfriend Tony Romo a $100,000 motorboat. Romo accepted the gift and thanked Simpson by breaking up with her a day before her 29th birthday. Isn't that lovely? Now, if you guys want to buy me a $100,000 motorboat, then, by all means, just, send it to me somehow.
15.
Beyonce has always tried to show the world how deep she is and how much she cares about the socioeconomic problems of the masses, especially those of her own community with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Despite her support and care about the problems of others, she, shockingly, spent $100,000 for a pair of leggings to show off her booty.
14.
Mike Tyson bought 2 Bengal tigers for $150,000. Because Mike used to be the baddest man on the planet and he had to live up to this title, he just couldn't play with kittens or puppies now, could he? Super serious. That's not Mike Tyson. It kind of is. I don't like it. Terrible Mike Tyson impression.
13.
America's sweetheart, Jennifer Aniston, spends more or less $141,037, more or less, it's a very specific number, on everything from uber expensive eyebrow shaping appointments to high-end private yoga sessions and dietitian-approved pre-made meals each year to look as fabulous as she does. Not bad for a girl who started her career on a TV comedy.
12.
When his former wife, Katie Holmes, was pregnant with their child, Tom Cruise decided to make her pregnancy as smooth as possible, so he bought her an in-house sonogram machine she could use a few times, which eventually became useless once they divorced. However, the point Tom was probably trying to make was, why go to a hospital when you can have it all at home?
11.
Jay-Z knows how it feels to live in extreme poverty and have a hard-knock life. However, once he made it big, it seems he forgot all about the hood. One of his favorite hobbies is now throwing down $250,000 on a few bottles of Armand de Brignac, a luxury champagne known as the Ace of Spades.
10.
Nicolas Cage bought a dinosaur skull for $276,000. Now, it's not just the money Nicolas Cage spent on a dinosaur skull. That would definitely work better in a paleontology museum rather than his living room, but the fact that he put his friendship with Leonardo DiCaprio at risk when he outbid him for it back in 2007.
9.
Paris Hilton bought a doghouse for $325,000. Now, it's one thing to live in a $325,000 McMansion yourself, but to buy one just for your dogs demonstrates a whole new level of excess and disrespect for all the people around the world who don't even have the basics to live an average life. But hey, Paris Hilton is probably really proud that her dogs live in a more expensive house than billions of people do worldwide.
8.
We all know Brad Pitt is one of those celebrities who doesn't miss a chance to point out the injustices in the world at every public appearance, which is why it might come as a surprise to discover that he once bought a painting by German artist Neo Rauch that cost nearly $1 million.
7.
Rihanna spends about $1 million on her hair annually. Yep. Rihanna spends about 25 times the amount of money the average American makes in a year just on hair.
6.
In May 2012, UK tabloid The Sun reported that Angelina Jolie had shelled out $1 million on a luxury helicopter. While we initially thought she'd use the helicopter to visit developing countries to show her compassion and support for their problems, we've learned that she bought it exclusively for Brad to show him her love and devotion. At the time.
5.
Nicolas Cage spent $2.1 million on his comic book collection. You know, as a comic book fan myself, it wouldn't be completely right to criticize Mr. Cage for his passion, since most hardcore comic book fans would do exactly the same if they could afford it. So I'm sure many of you will give Mr. Cage a pass on this, even though a lot of others of you will find it ridiculous to spend $1 million on comics.
4.
Tamara Ecclestone bought a bathtub for $1.5 million. But when you're the daughter of billionaire Formula One boss Bernie Ecclestone and live your whole life in a house worth $75 million, how do you kill time? Well, by decorating your bathroom with crystal and other valuable stones, of course. What, that's not what you do?
3.
The average humidifier costs around $20. Celine Dion's costs $2 million. Look, I like Celine a lot, and she had been having a very rough year when she bought that, for which I'm very sorry. And I get that she wants to pamper her well-trained vocal cords, but isn't that a little much? No, that's not Celine Dion. Oh.
2.
In case you wondered whether there's a queen when it comes to the most ridiculous purchases by female celebrities, I am happy to inform you that her name is Kim Basinger. The actress didn't purchase a castle, a doghouse, or even an expensive car, but an entire town in Georgia for $20 million back in 1989.
1.
Donald Trump bought a gold-plated jet for $100 million. Among other astute observations, back when he launched his presidential campaign, Donald Trump noted, "I'm really rich." So, what has he done with some of this money? Well, he gold-plated his yacht, his cars, his bathroom, and even his luxurious jet, which he used for said presidential campaign. So, what's the most expensive purchase you've ever made? Or what's the most ridiculous thing that you would purchase if you had that kind of money? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answer to us at List25 or to me personally at Michael B. Estrin. Also, I've joined Cameo, so don't forget to check me out there if you'd like a personal shout out for you or a loved one. And you can find all of our social media links in the description. And if you like this video, check out the ones in this playlist here.